Hi, everyone. Welcome to Beautifully Confident with Caroline and Caterina. Today, we have a special feature for you where Caterina is going to put me in the hot spot.
I certainly am. This will be interesting. Would you like to get started, Caroline?
Yes,
Are you ready for me? Okay.
100%.
So, I'm putting you in the hot seat today. So this is interesting. Let's start with a simple, shallow question, let's say. Yeah. What is your personal branding?
Okay. What is personal branding in
Yes.
general? So,
Yes.
personal branding, I'll tell you what it is not first. So, it is not your logo, it is not your Instagram feed, it is actually not your image, even, would you believe? Personal branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So that's a
That
bit
is
of,
very,
yeah, okay.
it's
And
interesting.
yeah, so in this kind of craziness of social media, and everything is actually about, your image and how much visibility you have online. We can get lost in that understanding of it's about your how people perceive you, how they actually experience your presence. So it's all about presence, and Beautifully Confident is moving us from performance to presence. So that's why we are focusing on that. And also, it is about how you are perceived before you even meet somebody. So often you might hear that phrase, your reputation precedes you. So it is actually about your reputation. It's about how people perceive your values, what you've done in the world, and how you show up consistently. So consistently is really important. So it is being intentional about how you want to be perceived. And conscious personal branding is being aware of you wanting to be seen as being authentic.
I like that you said how do people see you when you're not in the room? That's interesting. So, and being perceived a certain way. So that's truly important. So, I've got another question for you. Just a couple, just to keep
Okay.
you on your toes. So, is everyone a personal brand then?
Yes. So everybody, and this is funny when I talk to people about personal branding because it's a bit of an unpopular word. People think of branding and I think, oh, I don't like that. I don't want to have a brand. But actually, everybody has a personal brand, whether you like it or not. And
Hmm.
it's really about understanding, and that's why I always talk about who am I? Understanding how you're perceived in the world.
Okay, that's a good one. Who am I? I don't know if we ask that question very often, so that's something we should ask ourselves. Who am I, and how do people perceive us? That sounds quite strategic, actually. So, is it safe to say that it's just about career and success, or no?
Yeah, well, that's a good question because especially if you're a business person, so branding can be strategic and seen as strategic. So I would say in a business world, it can be used as a kind of a fake image, a false image, or a persona that we might put on because we want to attract that ideal client. And sometimes it can be a little bit seen as manipulative. But
Mm.
when we're actually intentional about it, and when we get close to who we truly are in ourselves, so we get in line with that, and then we express it to the outside world, we are more authentic in ourselves, and then we actually attract people who we can really help. So that's really what we want to do. So it's in our personal life as well. So again, if you're not a business person, you're still a personal brand. So every time you meet somebody, it's all those touch points. Every time you meet somebody at a shop, if you talk to somebody on the street, if you're, somebody comes to your home, all those little touch points are your personal brand. And it's really around other people can sometimes make assumptions about you.
Mm.
But when you become conscious of how you want to be perceived, you can design that in a way that's you're intentional about it. So you're intentional about how you want other people to feel around you. So it's really powerful in all aspects of your life.
I love that. I love that you say that it could be walking down the street, it could be when you're having a coffee or going shopping, doing all those things. So being really intentional in your life and who you are and how people perceive you when you're out there in the world. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. So the next question I've got for you, let me think. What would you say is the biggest mistake people make with personal branding?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think it's I would say allowing people to make those assumptions about you without taking charge of that yourself. Because I would say that if you don't know who you are, other people are going to tell you. So
that's
powerful.
We don't want other people telling us who we are. That is extremely powerful. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So when it comes to women, especially, people put us into boxes. And they like to tell us who we are or who we were, 20 years ago. But obviously, we're not that person who we were 20 years ago. Our identity changes all the time. And also, we wear many hats. So, for example, Kat, this week you told me about all the different hats that you were wearing. There's so many, and you're tired today because of all the different roles that you play. And that is what's amazing about women in particular.
Yes.
But we don't want to just be perceived as one particular thing because we have this multifaceted identity and we can shine so brightly on many different areas. So when you take charge of your personal brand and you get really clear on your message and what you want to be known for, what you stand for, that becomes extremely clear. And then clarity breeds confidence. So people have confidence in you if you're clear about who you are.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense, especially when you are wearing a lot of hats. Yes, it's being definitely. I suppose that it does. It's confidence within yourself and knowing who you are. I love that. Next question. How does someone begin building a strong personal brand?
Yeah, well, that's actually leading on to exactly what I was talking about there about working out what you stand for. So even though you might wear many different hats and you've got many different roles and responsibilities, same as myself, being a lecturer and being a branding consultant and also being a leadership and, working in the confidence space as a speaker and coach, I feel that it's about your why, what do you stand for? What is your message that you're here to actually tell the world? What are you here to teach? So what do you stand for? And how then are you in alignment with that? So I would say looking at, okay, from my life experience, what is the one area that I stand for? Now, I would say I have a tagline called anything is possible if you believe it is. So I'm all about possibility. So I do not believe that we can't limitations. I'm trying to destroy limitation or limiting beliefs, understanding that we can do anything if we want to. If we can imagine it, we can do it. So that is what I stand for. And I try to then, where am I not aligned with that in parts of my life? So it's you getting clear about what you stand for, what you're here to do, and then what are you expressing that truly enough to your audience or to people that you're meeting around you in the world. Yeah,
that's beautiful. Yeah. It's funny. The limiting beliefs hold us back, but as women, I know that we can create anything if we want to, and we break down those walls and get rid of the fear or those beliefs that we may have. Yeah, we break them down when we want to. So that's incredible. Okay, last question. I promise no more. Because I could have millions of questions, but this is the last one. If personal branding had one sentence, the definition from you, what would that be?
Wow. Okay. So I would say if you have a very strong personal brand, your experience of who you are is what people experience before you start to explain it. So it's about your presence. So when people walk into a room or you walk into a room, your presence is expressing who you are before you have to explain it.
Okay, So it's that first and second rule.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're all judgmental. I mean, when someone
Yeah.
walks in the room, the first thing we do is comment or judge them. We don't want to, but it happens. So it's a fact. It's something that we do automatically. So thank you very much for clarifying that. For the viewers out there, if you've been watching or listening, or if you see this in another couple of days, I hope that's given you a little bit of clarity of branding and what branding looks like. So thank you so much. Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you. And I also have a little giveaway as well. If you go
Yes.
onto my website, so you go on to www.flourishbydesign.co, there is a little workbooks guide that you did with me and Valley, actually. And
yes, I did.
and giving it for free if you want to go in and download it. And then you can start to look at start designing an authentic personal brand true to you.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I hope that helped.
Bye for now.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.